Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, guys? It's King Gio in the house. Go like this. Nah, for the lights better. There you go. And put this light out. You see? What's up, Brandon? See that right there? King Gio. You got him in the green room. What up, Brandon? Salute, my bro. Salute. It's the brand. See that little thing right there? My son made that for me. What's up, Manny? Can I have to eat? Can I have to eat? You see, you like, right? He drew that. King Gio in the house. Manny FZ, what's up, buddy? Nunca llamé. Tienes razón, papi. Mala mía. Mala mía. Se me pasó esa. Déjame si todavía tengo ese número tuyo aquí. Y ya lo tengo. Déjame apuntarlo aquí. I got it now. Yeah, I know they're doing the pull-up. I think all states are doing the pull-up, but my thing is that you got to do the unemployment first from what I read. You got to do unemployment first, and then if you don't get approved, then you do pull-up. I don't know how that works. Hey, what's up, guys? Everybody that comes in, this is my channel, King Gio. I want to see if you guys, today we're talking about reopening, what it means to America, what it means to all of us, actually. All right, I'm going to give you a call when I do this. I'll give you a call, then you let me know how it goes. Yeah, out of my room. Out of my room. Nah, because I'm not gonna do it, Manny, because there's not enough people. There's not enough new people to give it to, and if I do it, it'll probably if I don't configure my computer the right way, it's gonna end up going to somebody that hasn't been on my YouTube channel for months or years, and that wouldn't be fair. But I try to do it. I try to tell people I'm giving away $50 for Mother's Day. All you gotta do is subscribe, and that's it. Subscribe so I can have your name there. But no one's. I've only gotten a few subscribers. The only time I got new subscribers is when I go to Slick Nick's channel or Mr. Random, and then they throw out my URL out, and then they give a shout out, and then I send up to other people's channel. They sign up to mine. You know, we meet and greet. But it'll be great to do a Mother's Day giveaway if I still can. You know, all people who was watching this, all you gotta do is just subscribe. And I'll do it if I get. I'm not asking, let's do 200 subscribers. No, just new subscribers. It could be 10 or 20. I don't care. The point is to give it away. The Scooby-Doo dance. So today, North Carolina is in phase 1 of reopening. My Cash App, I'll tell you right now, man. What happens is when I read I'll give my Cash App right now. My Cash App is this. Oops, sorry. That's my Cash App. So I do appreciate those sending Cash Apps. Yeah, I haven't received it. I guess it's once a month, but from what I read, you have to pass a certain threshold. And once you get to that threshold, and then you can choose how they send you the money. That's from what I read. So, and I haven't gotten that yet. But it's been great. Manny has given, Jimbo has given. There's been a few people that have given to my to the super chat, which I appreciate. Um, but yeah, so they're doing the first phase here in North Carolina. You know, other states like Texas, they're doing theirs. I think they started last Friday. Uh, they're doing it by phase. Um, I don't think that we're at a stage right now that we could do it. Texas is state. All right, Manny. Thank you. Thank you for the Cash App. Manny sent the super Cash App, $25. Thank you, Manny. Much love, much love. I greatly appreciate it. So it's like this. It's like I was going to. I don't know who's that. Oh, my brother. I appreciate it. Gotta show love, bro. Gotta show love. I appreciate that. You see that thing right there? My son did that. King Geo. When I got a better camera, you see it's black and red. So I don't know if I'm blood or crit. Nah, I'm just joking. I don't join no gang. Gang ain't my style. So like I was saying, so like Texas, well, you should. Everybody see people are saying that by wearing a mask, that it is mandatory that you're taking away their rights. And it's not, and it's not. It's just a matter of security. I mean, safety reasons. You want the people to be safe, right? Some people, you could tell them, okay, we would like you to wear a mask, and they will say, okay, fine, no problem, because they know they should wear a mask because they don't want to get infected or they don't want to infect somebody else. So that's cool. But then you have some other knuckleheads who be like, oh, you can't tell me what to do. I'll wear a mask if I want to. If I don't want to wear a mask, I don't have to wear a mask. Not thinking of the other person, not thinking of his fellow man, not thinking of his fellow person. You know, they're not thinking like that. Me, I wear it now because I wear it for my safety because I know scientifically that stays in the air. We can't see it with our eyes, so we don't have that vision. Go, oh, here goes the virus. Let me dodge here or let me dodge there. I don't have that vision. Okay, you know. Yeah, I know. People are like that. they're hard-headed. They don't understand. Let me call my brother. This one doesn't have. You know, it's just so simple. Wear a mask. Nothing wrong with that.
Hello?
Dímelo. ¿Qué? Sí. Ayer. ¿Me oíste? Hello. This service sucks, bro. ¿Me escucha? Hello. You know, so that's what it is. The more we don't wear these masks, the more we don't do these kind of things, it's going to last longer. You know, and then comes, you know, I'm not a numbers person, so I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna be harder in the wintertime. So because I don't know if it's gonna be here in the winter. But as we're going along the summer, the spring, we just started last month, and we're heading into summer. We should be able to, you know, we should wear these masks for our safety. Forget about only 60,000 some people have died. Oh, this ain't as bad as people say this. No, it is, because we've only seen the beginning of this. Hold on, guys. Hello. Sí, yo lo hice ayer. No, que no te contesté por internet, que por allá, porque como tienes un área code 317, ¿por qué tú sacas este área code 317? Ya pones de Puerto Rico, bro. Fíjate de ese área code. ¿Qué? Oh, your text now. Sí, eso yo lo hice ayer. ¿Oíste? No sé. Completo, yo te voy a mandar una tarjeta nueva. Y eso no es, ¿cómo se dice? Eso no es, ¿cómo se dice? Eso no es, tú lo pones en ¿cómo se dice? En pausa. Eso tú cuando lo cancelas completo. Y tú tampoco pusiste las taxes a nombre de ella, en el banco de ella. Pero eso nunca hace pito, eso tiene que ser el nombre tuyo. Tú no tienes una mujer como la mía. Esto es diferente. ¿El qué? ¿Los qué? Los taxes. Pues dile, pues no, eso llega, pues dile, llámate a Nereida, que te cambie en la cuenta de banco. Hey, eso se tarda más. No lo puedes hacer tú, porque tú te tienes que meter. No, porque tú lo que tienes que hacer es poner tu seguro social, la dirección que puso ella para el income tax y la fecha de nacimiento, más no. Entonces te van a preguntar. Déjame averiguar y entonces yo dejo saber. ¿A dónde ya tú estabas? No, yo le voy a saber, hermano, saludos. Sí, está bien. Yo te averiguo sobre las taxes. Dale, yo lo vi. Like I was saying, man. So yeah, so people are hard-headed. People will still continue doing other things because they don't understand. And people like us, you and me, and millions of people, we will do things like that because we understand. Look, Japan opened up, and Japan had to close quick because the surge went up. Not much, but the surge went up. Taiwan, same thing, but Taiwan now. But before, Taiwan has 22 days that with no new infection, but they're still wearing masks. Same thing in Wuhan. And Wuhan is much more stricter than over here. China is much more stricter than over here. And they were a complete lockdown. You couldn't leave. But also before Wuhan closed down, 2 weeks before that, a lot of people left Wuhan from Wuhan because they knew what was going on and they were asymptomatics. And that's when it all started up in Italy. But you can't look at it as the state is telling you what to do. You gotta look at it. I'm doing it for my safety. I'm doing it for the safety of others. I'm doing it for the safety of my family. Because you don't know. Because a lot of you people don't know asymptomatic. Asymptomatic means is that a person has the virus or has the disease or whatever, has the virus and shows no symptoms at all. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be HIV. It could be a cancer. It could be not cancer. It could be HIV. It could be herpes. It could be anything. It could be anything. A virus, and you will not show any symptoms at all. But you can go around and you can pass it on to other people, as long as you have that virus inside you. And then once that virus leaves, and what you have is antibodies. But while that virus is inside you, you still can pass it on. And that virus alone goes on to what? They say it could pass on to 2.4 people. So you can infect 2.4 people wherever you go. Just imagine that. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. That's a lot of people. And then they infect 2.4. So it doubles and it doubles and it doubles and it goes on and it goes on. All because you didn't want to wear a mask. So you know. So that's what you got. That's what you got. That's what you got to do. It's just safety reason, guys. It's just for safety reasons. I think that we're opening up too soon. Let's just hope it doesn't bite those states up the it doesn't bite up the ass. I know that we need an economy. I know people use their $1,200 in stimulus and they bought rims and they bought stereos and they bought TVs but it is a lot of people complain, but it is to either pay your bills or to boost the economy back up. That's what it was used for. That's what it's meant to use for. I personally used it for my own. I used it for my mortgage. I wasn't gonna let that happen. I don't need a big TV. I don't need nothing new. So. So that's what it is. And guys, I want to say thank you guys. I now have Super Chat, and Manny just put 25 on my Cash App. He gave me earlier on during the week last week. He gave me $20, and that went to Super Chat. The thing with Super Chat is that you have to have a threshold before you can change it to a PayPal or Cash App. I don't know if it's Cash App or PayPal or anything like that. And I haven't reached that threshold yet. I think the threshold is of $100. And today, as I look at today, I've only had. I will tell you right now. I will tell you. Oh man, this. As of now, have your estimated revenue is $58.05. That's what it says here. Right there. Let me see. Wait, right there. So I guess because when I checked yesterday for I checked my AdSense. That's where I went to, and AdSense says I still didn't make anything yet. Let me check it now and see if AdSense has something. I'm with you guys. Can you go to the IRS website and change Vito's direct deposit that you put for that girl, Christina, into his account or whatever? So I'm in AdSense now. So I'm gonna see. All right, guys, come on. See, like my son right there is King Gio. I gotta leave like this so people can see King Gio in the house. That over there that you see right there, that's from my mother-in-law that my wife had from the other house. Okay. See, it doesn't say here anything. It just okay. It says your payments are currently on hold because you have not verified your address. Okay, and how could I not verify my address? They never send anything with my address. Okay, so let's do this then. And I think I did send them something. Okay, next. Address verification PIN. Enter your PIN to verify your address. Okay, I don't know how that goes. To protect the security of your account, Google requires you to verify your address before we can send you any payment. When your earnings reach verification, show we mail you a personal identification. Okay, so it says here, to protect the security of your account, Google requires you to verify your address before we can send you any payments. Here how address verification code works. It says when your earnings reach the verification threshold, we mail a personal identification number to your payment address. Usually 2 to 4 weeks for your PIN to arrive, but it may take longer depending on your location. When you receive your PIN, enter the AdSense to verify your address. You have 4 months from the day your PIN is generated to enter into your account. You haven't entered it after 4 months, we'll stop showing ads on your page. So that's how that works, guys. Let me see. How does that work here? Enter your PIN. As a precautionary health measure for our Google support specialist, and that code is unavailable to you in a way we apologize for the inconvenience. Sign into your AdSense account on page. I already did that. So that's what YouTube does. That's how YouTube does it. So in order to get Cash App and all that, so that's all that's on hold.
I'm not home. His papers didn't go to the e-file. That went by mail, Giovanni. That went by mail. That didn't go through the e-file. He should have never put money into her account.
You gotta call this. You gotta call the IRS tomorrow. He's stupid. So yeah, guys. So as I was saying, so a lot of people are against opening it, and a lot of people are in favor of opening it. And to be honest with you, how can you stop something that you don't see? You could try to control it, and that's what we're doing with doctors and stuff like that. They're trying to control the virus. They're trying to make sure that it doesn't get out of control. And if you have hard-headed people that are always complaining, that they're always complaining that they're a victim, that their rights are being manipulated. So yeah, so we need to we need to adhere to what the government says. We need to adhere to what science has to say. Okay, because a virus has to deal with science, not what the president has to say, not what the vice president has to say. What science says. So that he has Dr. Fauci, uses Dr. Fauci. You have this doctor, Mark, whatever she's there. Then you have other doctors. You can ask your own doctor. You can you can go to epidemiologist if you know one. Ask him or her. A virologist, ask him or her. You know, just don't stay stuck because the more you learn, the more comfortable you become. You don't stay stagnant. I'm gonna stay here because I don't know. I don't want to go outside. This can happen or that can happen. But you can say, well, I'm gonna go outside, and I know I can go outside, and I can say to myself, I don't have to worry about it. So the more you learn, the more comfortable you feel with going outside. The more comfortable you feel to say, you know what, we have a virus around here. Because we say to ourselves, well, we have the flu. We don't think about the flu, but this is different. The flu's been on for centuries. The flu's been here. It's not just something that we just came out. The one thing that we've never gotten a cure for is the common cold. We got remedies, which is a virus, and you're immune to it, and they just don't want you. So you got to learn in order for you not to be afraid of things. That's the way you got to learn about it. And in my case, with my condition, I learned about I learned about my virus because I grew up in the 80s and I knew about HIV/AIDS. I knew all about all that. And when it was my turn, I was like, it is what it is, man. I can't do nothing about it. Let's do what it's doing. So I was not worried about it. I'm not worried about it now. I've been like this for 17 years. So one minute. I don't know where everyone's at. I don't know where everyone's at. Everyone don't want to come to King Geo's channel. I don't know. I don't know if I gotta change the hour. Because I know I blocked King Paco. I had a big crew, but it's only 30 minutes into it, so let's see if anyone comes in. Trying to rev up the channel. Jimbo's not here, but everybody's, everybody's having, everybody doing their thing. But so that's what it is, man. We just gotta stick to our guns and do things our way, man. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that, Axel. Yes, you are late again, Axel. I forgot about that. Do you like my new sign, King Geo? Like I was saying earlier on, if you guys want me to put the King Geo live at 8 o'clock at night, I'll do that. Como las palabras y todo. So yeah, guys. So if you want me to do the live at 8 o'clock, I'll do the live at 8 o'clock. You guys let me know. But like I said, we are reopening again. I'm going to show you what my state has as far as reopening in phases. Here, I was looking for a news break. So let's see here. All right, so here it goes, right? So for North Carolina, the phase one is reopening, and here's what it means to enter into phase one. It's to modify the stay-at-home order, allow travel not currently defined as essential, allowing people to leave home for commercial activity at any business that is allowed to be open, such as clothing stores, sporting goods stores, bookshop, household stores, and other retails. Ensure that any open stores implement appropriate employee and consumer social distancing, enhance hygiene and cleaning protocols, symptom screening of employees, accommodations for vulnerable workers, and provide. Now this is where I'm a little bit somewhat perplexed, because I understand they want symptom screening, but like I said, there are people who are asymptomatics. So what do if you don't have a antibody test to test that person to see if that employee that you have has been in contact with the coronavirus? So we don't know. So and then they're taking the temperature of them taking your temperature to see if you have a high temperature or if you have a temperature at all. Any worker that wants to go to work because they don't want to be late in whatever the case may be, money, whatever, just takes a Tylenol, and the Tylenol will bring it down. Normally, right? Ensure that continue to limit gatherings to no more than 10 people. Reopen parks that have been closed subject to the same gathering limitations. Outdoors exercise will continue to be encouraged. Continue to recommend face covering in public spaces when 6 feet of distancing isn't possible. Me personally, I say go more than 6 feet. Stay as far as possible because it has been shown in other models in Europe and in Asia that the virus can go further than just 6 feet. When you sneeze, when you do whatever, when you sneeze and you don't cover yourself, it can go further than 6 feet. It's just they were thinking more that it would go and it would just either stay there 6 feet or it would just it drops, but it goes more than 6 feet. You can look that up in YouTube and stuff like that. There's nothing that it says. Encourage employers to continue teleworking policies, continue rigorous restrictions on nursing homes and other congregate care settings, and local emergency orders with more restrictive measures may remain in place. So that's what phase one is here in North Carolina. Now, I'm a little bit confused. I understand most of these elderly homes are getting hit hard. Why aren't that was besides healthcare workers These are the people that should have gotten family members. They should have been tested before they even went into the facilities, or they should just. I mean, there were so many things that you could do because the elderly is vulnerable. They're confined to one space, you know. And you got nursing going to you, and you got your nurses, your elderly. I mean, your orderly going to you, staff coming in and out. I mean, I think they should have done a better job with people in nursing homes and stuff like that. Moscow, it says here, at least 3 Russian doctors have fallen from hospital windows in the past 2 weeks, drawing attention to the enormous pressure on the country's healthcare system and worker spread. So Russia is getting it. But you know what? I don't hear a lot about. I don't hear a lot about Africa. Africa hasn't been hit hard by the coronavirus. Let's see here. I want you guys. See, like I said, you guys got to educate yourself. I have another one here. This from NBC News. Says Kate Porter has had a fever nearly every day for 50 days. She can't shake the extreme exhaustion that hit when she became infected with the coronavirus nearly 2 months ago. Now remember, they say that this lasts for 15 days. 2 months, bro. The longevity of her symptoms are unlike anything she's ever experienced. I know it sounds crazy, Porter said, but is this permanent? Since her diagnosis, Porter, 35, has been in her Beverly, Massachusetts home with 12-year-old daughter Audra, who is also tested positive for COVID-19. According to the data collected by Johns Hopkins, more than 180,000 people. Neither has underlying health conditions that would suggest a complicated or drawn-out recovery from the virus, and neither has had to be hospitalized. But 2 months with COVID? See, that's the things that we don't know about this virus. According to data collected by Johns Hopkins, more than 180,000 people in the U.S. have recovered from COVID-19. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, that's what CDC is for, considers a person recovered in 3 days have passed since a fever broke without assistance of medication and respiratory system, such as cough or shortness of breath, have improved. Negative tests can also signal recovery, but tests can be inaccurate. She puts here day 47 with the fever, second COVID test. Okay, so this is a 42nd day, so 47th day with a fever, a second COVID test negative, blood work normal. My body officially isn't fighting the virus anymore yet. My fever and sinus tachycardia tell a different story. Helplessly sad isn't even the right description at this point. So you took her fever. Her fever is 100.1. 100.1. And this is 45 days. I mean, it's 2 months, guys. I feel great one afternoon and think I'm going to read. I'm going to the laundry, Porter told, and inevitably the fever and fatigue return. It happens repeatedly. And we have another guy, but his name is Andrew Dumont, 32, of Seattle, has also tested negative for the virus after a previous positive COVID-19 test. 2 months since his first falling ill, Dumont still suffers from numbness in his limbs and shortness of breath, prompting 2 visits to the emergency room twice in the past week. CT scans and lung x-rays showed no additional infection. It's really scary because you're just kind of left at home by yourself, essentially trying to treat it. So this tells you guys, you got 2 people here, there may be thousands that are like this, that still after 2 months, of testing negative and testing, they still get fatigued. This guy had to go to the hospital twice, to the emergency room. Twice. And how do you consider wanting to reopen? I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. This is kind of a weird virus. This guy said, I dread going to sleep. He said, many COVID-19 patients recovering at home recount similar anecdotes of how the virus acts each day. In the morning tend to be normal, but as the day progresses, virus symptoms creep in like clockwork. Temperatures begin to rise. Cognition becomes hazy. Porter describes it as a weird forgetfulness as she struggles to find words. Nighttime is when things start to. Nighttime is when things start to fare a bit more, and I just get nervous. As night falls, fears. No, tú te mute más. Que eso estaba mute. It says anger as Italy slows emerges from long COVID-19 lockdown. And people are pigs. You see that? You see that right there? People throw their mask on the floor. This is a beach. Like they just don't care. I mean, that's really sad. So, like I was saying, we not now. I just showed you two people who have COVID for 2 months now. 2 months. How many are out there that are like them? And they're taking their test, and their test comes out negative. But they still have hard breathing. They still get temperatures. They still got their fever. So we don't. So how do we don't know? I don't know. But doctors don't know how this is working inside. It's like if it's hiding in its lymph nodes, and during the day it hides, and during the nighttime it comes out. That's what it seems to me, right? But like I said before, everybody's different. And look at here in New York City, 15 kids hospitalized in New York City with a rare disease possibly linked to coronavirus. Well, that's one thing, but they're saying that it could be. I forgot the name of it. Let me see if it says it here. The Kawasaki disease. So some parents are saying it's Kawasaki disease because my son suffers from that, and I went through with my son, and it's not the only one. So they're trying to figure out. There was this kid in Queens a few days ago who went to cardiac arrest. He was all fine, and all of a sudden he just got sick and he tested positive for COVID. And his parents said they don't know how, because they did stringent. They were stringent with their home. They didn't go out. They wore their mask. They didn't know how the kid got infected with the coronavirus. So we need to stop saying we don't need to wear masks. This is why, because as you're walking around, let's put this: you're asymptomatic. You walk around, you're asymptomatic. You're walking around, you sneeze here, boom, it's right here, It comes, the wind blows, it could, and then it takes that particle and moves it from that spot, moves it to another spot. If it stays in the air like they say it does, and it can go from spot to spot, you don't know. And like I said, that remdesivir drug it looks promising. For people who are already ill. So what remdesivir does is, from my understanding, what Dr. Fauci said today, which I understood, was that this is your cell, and in the middle, the coronavirus goes inside, it invades it, and it multiplies it, right? But it needs that protein in the inside. And what remdesivir does, it doesn't let that multiply. It doesn't let that hang on to it. It needs in order for that coronavirus or any virus to survive, it needs to multiply. If it doesn't multiply, it can't do anything. So what remdesivir does, it doesn't allow it. But they're testing it on patients who are sick. I'm wondering, can this be an alternative also to when you do go to the hospital and you're diagnosed with COVID, or if you're not even diagnosed with COVID, can this be given from the beginning? Because it says that it helps the recovering time from 14 days or 15 days to 11 days. So this is a 31% drop, which is good. But what if we don't have to? What if that person doesn't have to go through an 11-day ordeal? What if that person only has to go 2 or 3 days just with the virus until the remdesivir does what it does, and then let the immune system work, do its job? And that's what's interesting about this this drug. Hydrochloroquine, I'm not interested in that. That isn't. But remdesivir sounds promising. And that was for the Ebola and for the SARS too. But SARS left and MERS left. They say it's effective against those two. And coronavirus, COVID-19, is COVID-2. It comes from SARS-1. So that in itself, it's interesting. So I want to see how that works. They just say I get sick today. And because you have to understand, it'll be great if we had a mechanism for this great country that we have, which is the president, that you get sick and the doctors, the first thing that they should do now, instead of saying, okay, let's rule out the flu, let's rule out this, let's rule out COVID altogether. So the rapid test, as good as it is, sometimes has its faults, but let's do that first. Let's rule out COVID first before we say to the people, let's do the swab for the flu. Let's do the swab. If this comes out negative, I think is the flu. So take this and take that. So before we even get to that phase, why don't we just cover COVID first? Because that's what's going on, right? We cover COVID first. We take that out of the bat from the beginning. Boom. So you don't have COVID. You're negative for COVID. So let's do the flu. Let's do this and let's do that. But if you do the flu, and if you tell that person that you just stay home, and that person stays home, and then they get worse, 5 or 6 days go in, 7 days, 8, and then on the 9th day they get worse. So those are 9 days that this person's producing body. It's producing the COVID-19 virus inside their body. They produce it's viral loads. It keeps going up. That's what it's called, viral loads. It keeps going up, and then it may even come to the point that you can't lower the viral loads anymore. But why subject the body to so much viral load if you can try to stop it from the get-go? I know the vaccine does that, but I'm talking about from now.
Another $600 from the unemployment.
All right. So that's what we need to, that's what we should do, you know, in contact tracing. And I don't know why the president keeps saying that we're doing this better than me, because we're not even halfway there. Nowhere near. You know? So we see what it is. Well, anyway, guys, it seems that there's going to be another show. Not too many people around here, but I'll be back on tomorrow, guys. Same time, 7 o'clock. I was a little bit late today because I had to cook, man. So I'm trying to give my wifey a little break. Yes, I do cook. Anyway, guys, have a great time. Enjoy your night. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. Manny, thank you for that. I'm going to be giving you a call.